Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Relationship Evolution with Ricardo
Jesse.
and today we're going to be talking about fixing your partner.
Not fixing your partner.
Fixing your partner. Fixing your partner.
That
So,
Texas swag there.
all right. So let's get into it.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think about this topic since you brought it up?
I think that this is something that may be pretty common with folks. The idea that you can change the person who you're with, that you
Yeah,
can fix them. And let me just start off with by saying you're going to fix somebody, that implies that they're broken.
correct.
You can't fix something that's not broken.
Correct.
So just by implying that you need to fix them, you're implying that they're broken.
hmm
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't like when partners do this to each other. I don't agree with it. I don't think it gets either partner where they want to be or where they ideally think that they should be at. It's just for me, it's a recipe for disaster and for arguments. You can't the truth is we're all broken at some point. We're just a little broken. And for you to have the idea that you're able to fix something, especially a human person, I don't know. I don't relate to that. I never have thought that.
Let me say this. Why would you even be with someone who needs fixing?
I,
Like the minute that you're thinking, wow, I need to fix her or him or it, I don't know, whatever it is. I need to fix her, then that's the minute that you're out of there.
well, that's what you feel is the correct answer, but the truth is, as we know, there's many people out there who like projects.
I don't need me no fixer upper.
I get it, but there's a lot of people out there that love them some projects and they see a broken person and they think they can fix them. I mean, we all have this in friendships. We all have that one person that we just tend to, kind of have in this bubble and baby a little bit more. We all have that family member that they just need some TLC, some extra TLC. And in relationships, unfortunately, that's what some people believe. I know better, so I don't try.
So here's the thing, like in order to fix someone, you have to fundamentally change who they are.
Correct. Then why would you why I see.
Okay, hold up. I just had a thought.
Okay.
Are there different levels of fixing?
I'm
So
assuming so
like
because
for
yeah,
example, if I never put my dirty clothes in the clothes hamper, is that something that needs to be fixing?
I mean that ideally would be a fixing, but babe, we've been together 13 years and you still don't put your clothes
I
in the
don't.
hamper. So
I don't.
I'm
So
done. I'm done bringing up that subject. So it's just something that again, it's not going to change who you are. To you that's not important. And okay, I don't care.
so instead of fixing, you just eh, it
Well,
doesn't bother
no,
me
I
that
mean,
much.
at the beginning, yes. How much did I nag you about putting your clothes in the freaking hamper?
Every day.
And and now it's to the point where I just walk around the house on top of the table, in between cushions on the sofa, just anywhere, where you least expect clothes to be. That's where I go through them and pick up dirty clothes and I just put them to wash. I mean, it's what
Easier.
works for us. I'm not saying it works for everyone because I know for a fact it does not work for everyone. We all know that person that needs to have everything in line in a specific way. And for us, our way works.
So there's been a few times where I thought to myself, man, I wish Jesse would change that. But it wasn't anything that I was like, oh, I need to fix her. But it was more like, man, this is something that she should work on.
I get that. And that's, I mean, you again, we've never talked about this, so that's the first time that I've heard that, and that's fine, whatever that may be.
This is so much
However,
fun.
in my head, the way I think about it is why, like, who are you to say that that person needs, fixed to be fixed at all? Like, who you're not God. So,
But
like,
I wouldn't say
no, no,
that
no,
you
I
needed
get
to
it.
fix. I'm not
I
saying it was my responsibility to fix you
I
either.
get it, but that's what I'm saying. Who are you to tell that person or to even think that that person is broken or needs to change something? You aren't God. God created every single person and made them perfectly the way that they are, and either you accept them or you don't.
Preach on.
So,
Preach
again,
on.
that's just me, that's just what I believe, and so I've never had the thought of, I wish Ricardo, would change that, or oh, if I can only fix Ricardo to put his damn clothes in the dirty hamper. I've thought like, oh, life would be so much better if he just put his clothes in the hamper. But it's
Well,
not something
there have been a time or two while you're asleep or taking a nap that I'm like, "Oh, Jesse.
you just pull
Oh,
out the
Jesse."
clothes from the hamper and just throw them
No,
around the house.
I'm just like subliminal message affirmations while you're sleeping.
Okay.
But I never took it upon myself to instigate that you need to change, or insinuate is a better word, that
Like
you
I
need to
said, the
change.
comment that you said earlier about you having the thought that I needed to change something, I've never had that thought about you because again, we're all a little broken. We all have
We are.
pieces, that we want ourselves to be better at. And we are our own and we are our biggest critic.
So what about the thought of, wouldn't it be nice if they fill in the blank?
Oh yeah, it would be lovely if you put your dirty clothes in the hamper. Oh my gosh, it would be so joyous in my life if your dirty clothes made it to the hamper. However, the truth is, it's not gonna happen. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. And even like I just yeah. To me,
It's
I
not
don't
going
see
to
that
happen.
happening. I just
So
don't
here's
see
the
that
thing.
happening.
So at what point is it something like the clothes in the hamper or a little nitpicky thing, right? And at what point is it a deal breaker to where you're like, nope, not going to happen. I'm not putting up with it. Or I really need to fix them so they don't do this anymore.
So deal breakers are different than fixing your partners because each person has their own, individual deal breakers. We've talked about ours, and cheating is
Correct.
a deal breaker for us. Like
For
we
sure.
just for sure, right? So that's
For
a
sure.
very clear, you know, one that we've talked about multiple times. Like we just no, we don't go there. I feel that I'm very flexible to
Ooh.
everything else because we're human. And the more that I'm learning, in the self development world and just teaching myself and implementing these things, we're not perfect and we're never going to be perfect. And that's okay because the point of it is to continue to learn and continue to get better and continue to grow. So at that point, again, back to the original comment, we're all a little broken and it's okay. You're never going to be able to fix that other person, period.
Agreed.
That
Okay.
other person has to do their own work.
Okay, let's just lay it down right here. You can't fix your partner. What do you
Never.
do? What do you do?
If that's your expectation, honestly, you need to
Boom.
just leave that
Done.
partner. Yeah, you just
I
need to exactly. Bye, Felicia. Like, you need to move on.
see ya.
You just need to move on because you're gonna make yourself miserable and you're gonna make that person miserable. How about you just let that person go live their life, happy with someone else that
Mm.
doesn't think that they're broken and need to be fixed.
Oh, you know what? Because that's such a good point. For another person, that might not be broken.
Correct.
The same thing that you're thinking, like, oh, they're broken, they're this, they're that. For another person, it might be that's what they love about you or
Exactly.
them.
Exactly. Because think about when people get rid of things, garage sales. One person's used whatever, blank is somebody's other golden, nugget.
Treasure.
So it's the same thing in relationships.
I agree. That's so good. But
When you
what
brought
it
up this subject, I was very I heard it and I was like, "Okay, well, let's." I wasn't gonna say no because I know how what where I stand, right? Like, I know I'm very against fixing your partner
fixing
because
it.
I just don't think
So
that
why do people get into that mindset then? Like,
I don't
okay,
under I don't know.
and I'm not trying to stereotype here, but typically it's the female
It
that's like,
is the
"Oh,
females. Yeah, it's
he's really a fixer upper."
yeah, and I don't get that. I don't understand. I know I have a lot of female friends that definitely feel, I can see that in them that they like them fixer-uppers, and I don't understand. However, I will say this, I also don't think that they're fixer-uppers.
Mm.
They're not necessarily a match, and they have to figure that out themselves. I can't go tell them that.
I'll say this from a guy standpoint. Guys are willing to put up with some nonsense if they good looking
Yeah,
to a certain point.
yeah.
And I have a lot of guy friends who are like, yeah, if I could change this and that about her or whatever, whatever, right? She would be perfect, but it's not that big of a deal breaker. And I'm like, okay, that's an interesting comment. But, some things you tolerate, some things you don't. Like we were
Again,
saying.
deal that goes back to deal breaker. I mean, I feel that breaker is
Ooh.
it's such a broad subject, and so many people have different definitions for what a deal breaker is, you
All right.
know?
So Cisco at EBS Automotive, go see him if you need a good quote on your automobile. FYI, I will be charging you for this
Oh my
commercial.
goodness. Anyways, his
Uh,
question is his comment is people try to fix their partner partly because they don't want to see their own faults. And that's
mm,
true. People point out things that their annoyances of other people, it's because they see it's themselves.
correct.
Very, very true point.
Okay, but hold on. Let me go back to the putting the clothes in the hamper. Is that something that you don't like in yourself?
Yeah, when I do it myself, I think I'm being lazy. So yeah, I definitely don't like it in myself. But I've asked you when you're taking off your clothes and literally the hamper is literally right there. Like
You
right
know what?
there.
You
Like
know what?
your
Here's the
clothes
thing.
touch
Well,
the hamper
first of
while
all,
they're going through the floor. So
this is
you
not a comedy show, okay? But let me just say this: the carpet is brown and the hamper is brown.
the
So
the carpet is not brown, first of all. Where do you think we live?
it's
The
tan.
carpet is tan and the hamper
It's
is
kind of tan.
dark. No, it's dark brown. Dark brown.
Well, it
Very
still
dark
kind of
brown.
seems to blend into
No.
something that's
Like
right
the
there.
carpet is like these highlights and the hamper is like my dark roots, okay? 2 different
Seriously,
colors.
you're that
2 different
passionate
colors.
about this that you're pointing out your roots
Yes.
for
My dark
everyone to
roots
see?
my dark roots, that's the color
Wow, you are
of
really
the
passionate
hamper.
about this one. All right, let me go to the comments real quick. Sophia, happy birthday, Sophia.
Happy early birthday, Sophia.
Sophia is laughing at us because of
Because it's
our
the truth
comments.
though, like, there's a difference between tan and dark brown.
Well,
So,
I'm colorblind, so
you are, but
there we
not
go
to
with that.
brown.
All right, let's get back to the topic. You can't fix a human. So what do? At what point do you decide it's something that you're going to tolerate versus something that you need to be done with? Obviously, the issues that we've had that I had the thought of, oh, if she could change this, or that you might have had if he could put the clothes in the hamper, those are not deal breakers.
No, they're not deal breakers.
But
No.
what about how do you determine if it's not a deal breaker versus a deal breaker?
To me, is it something I can live with? And the
Mm,
truth is that we've talked about this extensively. I could not deal with you cheating on me. I don't care if it's physical or just emotionally cheating on me. I could not deal with that. We've talked about that extensively. And so that is a huge deal breaker for me. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't care how invested I am. I'm done. Because to me, that's trust that's been broken, even if it's not physical. It's trust that's been broken. And I've invested so many years in proving my trustworthiness to you, and you broke it in whatever, length of period of time. And to me, that's a deal breaker. Like, I'm done. I don't
Okay,
care.
so the question is, can you live with it?
No, that's what I'm saying. To me, my definition of what a deal breaker is can I live with it? And no, I could not live with that specific thing.
Got it.
Now,
And so
the damn dirty clothes on the floor, obviously I live with that. We're 13 years in and I pick up your dirty clothes all the time.
you
So
do.
obviously it's an inconvenience. I would love the dirty clothes to be in the hamper, but it's an inconvenience. Cheating on someone is not an inconvenience. That's like, it's no, I'm done.
Another big dramatic things, like there's like a big drama about it, it's probably a little bit more than an inconvenience. If
Probably.
there's always some kind of dramatic thing around whatever this may be, that may fall under, if inconvenience is here, that might be over here.
I mean, honestly, it just depends on what it would be, because
It does.
that's very I get what you're saying, but it's so broad that it would have to, we would have to wean it down to like the specifics on what that means or what that is.
Because people can tolerate a lot if they want to,
Of course they can.
if they're willing to.
If they're willing to, yeah,
If they're
of course.
comfortable, if they're comfortable.
Yes.
So if someone's very comfortable in the relationship, they would be willing to tolerate more than someone who may
Yeah.
not
I
be so
mean,
much.
think about the marriages that stay together. Even though, okay, let's say this. Think about the marriages that stay together through financial hardship,
Mhm.
through cheating,
Mhm.
infidelity,
Mhm.
and they stay together. They stay together because ultimately they're comfortable. They're comfortable in their either lifestyle, in their current routine, they're comfortable. They think that they can get over that betrayal and that forgiveness, and that's
And
fine.
maybe they can,
And
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 maybe
that's
that we
I was
don't
about
know.
to say that. I was about to say that, and that's fine if that person can, you know, be okay with that. Not everyone can. It
Correct.
to each his own, right? No judgment. I don't care. I know what I could do and I know what I couldn't do, but to each his own on what you can or cannot handle as far as that. So it just depends.
So Julio is dropping it right here. He says, "Tolerate or afraid to be by yourself?" Question mark.
I think it's a little bit of both, Julio. I think that some people don't like to be by themselves.
Correct.
Those people that go from one relationship to another relationship to, another. Those people don't like to be by themselves, or someone that always has to constantly be with someone, period, around people, right? Around people. And during this whole pandemic, we saw a lot of those people come out of the woodwork because they were home, alone and driving themselves insane
Let's
because
face
they
it, no one likes change.
no, well, it's not just change. They had to be by themselves a little bit. But I
Correct.
think it's a little bit of tolerating because you're okay. It's an annoyance, but it's not something that's going to it's not a deal breaker. It's something that you can live with for the rest of your life. Like, it's okay. And again, that's just my definition. So what's your definition, or what do you think?
I think I'm in line with you that how can you tolerate? Is it something I can live with? Is it something that's just going to annoy me? Because if it is, I need to get over it. Because I shouldn't be annoyed with you on a daily basis over something that I can live with. So for me, I'm being a little bit more specific for myself. Is if it's something that annoys me, then I need to get over it annoying me.
Hmm?
Because why would I want to be annoyed with you over some little video thing every day? It's
Yeah,
either you change that behavior, which it's not up to me for you to dictate whether you change that behavior or not,
correct.
or it's up to me to decide and make a distinction that I'm not gonna be annoyed with it anymore.
Yeah. And that's what I did. Like, again, I'm going back to the clothes because it was such a big deal early on in our relationship. It was such a big deal. It annoyed me, and I would get very, very agitated.
Correct. And you just decided to get over it and get past it. Uh-oh.
Sorry, our son just decided to walk into my room, so I hope that I muted ourselves
You did.
myself.
You kinda left me hanging there.
I
It's
apologize.
okay,
He
though.
walked in and I know how you are about noises. So,
Alright. So final thoughts, fixing your partner. Can it be done?
I personally don't think that it can be done. That's just my opinion. I also wouldn't want to fix my partner.
Okay.
If my partner needs any fixing, they need to do it themselves. Like, that's just the honest truth.
For me, if it can be done, it's not up to you to do it.
Correct.
People are gonna grow regardless. The minute that you make a relationship or get into a relationship, something is going to happen. Somebody's going to change. Things change over time. People grow. People digress. You never really know where someone's going to land.
Mhm.
But it's not up to you to dictate that change or be like, hey, this is what you need to do. You can have those conversations, but it's ultimately to the person, your partner, if they want to do it or not.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's up to you to decide if it's something that you can live with.
Yeah. I agree.
Great episode, babe. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of the Relationship Evolution with Ricardo.
And Jesse.
And make sure you tune in next week for another funky, fresh episode. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good topic, babe. Good topic. So,
I
real
think you're
quick, what do
still
we got?
alive.
I know. So it's just a cut little bit. What do we got going on this week, babe? Book club starts on Thursday. What are we reading?
I'm confused. What is going on? Is this the end of the episode?
Yeah,
Why
the
are we
episode is
still live?
done
Why does it say it's still it
because we're still
says
talking.
live?
Just hold up the book, babe. Hold up the book.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay. I'm obviously not good with impromptu.
You're obviously not very good.
Well,
You just go with it.
someone didn't tell me,
All
so I
right. So we
apologize.
got book club starting on
On Thursday,
Thursday.
book club starts on Thursday.
Correct. And this is 6 a.m. book club.
Yes.
So make sure you join us. Hit me up. Hit me or Jesse up if you want the link. We're reading what? Simon Sinek,
Leaders
Leaders
eat
Eat
last.
Last. So join us for that one. Thank you for thank you for tuning in, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.